Hello and welcome. Today's video is all about my thoughts on the Vampire Queen instance under Ravenjade's shop on Rocktropia. The keys were in stock most times I visited the place, so getting hold of one shouldn't be a problem if you decide to go into the instance. Once you enter, the timer starts and you have 2 hours to do as many vampire chicks as you can handle in the allotted time. Loot is handled the same way as in many other instances in Entropia universe. You do not loot the individual mobs, instead all the loot is deposited into the chest to be looted at the end of the whole escapade. Also, there is a quest NPC near the entrance that gives you a mission for the instance mobs. This mission rewards a token that can be exchanged for a skill of your choice at a terminal in C&D Lagoon. And now that we are past the first half a minute or so of the video, I can tell you the main reason why I sometimes come down to that basement. Had I told you this right at the start of today's video, I suspect my AI overlord would have gone berserk and pounded these videos and my channel's performance into the ground. At least that's what I came to believe based on what other YouTubers said in their videos. Well, I am not sure I completely believe that, but I am just paranoid enough to not wanna risk it. Anyway, while we are at the topic of pounding, that is mostly why I like to bless this fine establishment with my presence. From time to time I just feel like staring at angry, scantily clad, never dies wet dreams swinging their front bumpers in my face for 2 hours straight without taking a piss. The uncertainty of whether or not I can actually hold it for that long kinda adds up to the suspense of the whole situation, and the relief of finally being able to let go once I huffed and sprinted to the toilet is worth it. That almost guaranteed huff at the end is a big part of why I keep coming to this basement. I do not think I have ever profited from this instance, but then getting ahead in any instance in this game is a rare sight. However, with enough DPS, a huff is pretty much a guarantee. That is a really nice thing after a long golden shower drought. Just make sure you can cycle at least some 1000-ish PED in 2 hours and that there is no big hunting event going on at the same time, as sometimes even 800 plus PED is not enough to huff, especially when Ubers are spamming the Hall of Fame 24/7 on big mobs. Of course, if you can only cycle lesser amount in the allotted time, you can still do the instance and huff if you make sure the lowest huff is at least 70 to 80% lower than what you can go through. That being said, aside from the design of the instance and the ability to force a huff, so to speak, there aren't that many reasons to visit, as pretty much the only exciting thing that I looted from the coffin so far was a small empty skill implant. Maybe something really good can drop here, but I have not gotten anything of that sort so far. Although it isn't surprising at all, since I only come here on the rare occasion that I happen to be on Rocktropia and be in the right kind of mood for a visit. To conclude, the Vampire Queen Tomb is a nice specialty instance for those of us favoring certain type of eye candy. That being said, this is Entropia universe, so if you want to huff for real instead of in-game, you might find the visuals lacking. On a more serious note, the loot down there does not offend and is comparable with other instances in terms of expected TT returns. There is the potential to loot empty skill implant, which is always nice. Also, the mobs are fairly easy to survive and take down for a mid-level player. I would recommend this instance if you are in the mood for 2 hours of hunting in an instance and happen to be on Rocktropia, or if you really want to force a huff regardless of the cost. It sure is a lot cheaper than clicking the recycle blueprints like a maniac, in hopes of actually lighting up, and unlike the mentioned shrapnel slots, this one is guaranteed to huff you as long as you come with enough DPS and ammo to outspend the lowest Hall of Fame entry for the day by some 20-ish%. By the way, sorry I could not give you any accurate info on the mobs, damage types and such. Entropia Wiki refused to load for me and I was unable to find that info anywhere else either. I am not good at finding stuff on the internet. Anyway, thank you for watching. Good luck out there, may you hove high. Please do consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. Thank you.